If you're feeling burnt out, overwhelmed, and spread too thin, just know you are not alone.
From working full-time to raising kids to caring for aging parents, a lot of women are really feeling the pressure of middle age.
And there's one actress who knows that all too well. At 59, Valerie Bertinelli is hitting the reset button on her life and focusing on herself.
Valerie shared her story with us last week, and many of you told us that you could relate. Let's take a look.
When you're busy taking care of other people, you forget to take care of yourself.
It's an important message for Valerie Bertinelli. To the outside world, she's an award-winning actress, a chef, and a mom.
People may see me all the time on television. I'm always smiling. But then as soon as the camera goes off and I go home, the sadness kind of like wells up again. So I use food as a way to not feel the sadness.
These past few years have been challenging for Valerie. Her father passed away in 2016, and she stepped in to care for her mother, whom she lost in June.
There are so many people, like I can think of a handful of family members I have who have been caring for parents, who have been caring for kids, and they're here. What are you doing? Like, what do you hope to do this year?
Really find a true path of what it feels to really truly be happy. Not just choose happy, like in the morning I'll like choose happy, okay? I'm going to be happy, it's a beautiful day, I'm grateful, all that stuff. But to really wake up one day and go,
Oh my gosh.
God, it's a beautiful day.
Do you remember the last time you felt that?
I think I probably when I had my son 28 years ago. That was the most joy I've ever felt in my entire life. Or anytime I'm with him, I want to look at myself the way that my son looked at me, with that pure love.
Many of our viewers could relate to Valerie's journey to feel healthier and happier in 2020.
I'm so happy to hear that somebody else is going through the same thing. I'm taking care of both my elderly parents, and I am the biggest stress eater because I don't know how to deal with all the stress.
I got emotional when I saw Valerie because I just thought, wow, you know, we're kind of all in this together.
I have been a caregiver to my mom for the last 10 years, and I'm so grateful that I can be a part of taking care of her and helping my dad. Last year, I really hit a low, and I just couldn't find joy. So when I saw Valerie's story, I related.
According to the AARP, the average caregiver is a 49-year-old woman squeezing between aging parents and raising children. It's no wonder Generation X is feeling the stress.
This world is a really crazy place right now, and we need to push out more love and feel more love and figure out how to do it and hold on to it.
And it starts with ourselves, right?
Only with ourselves.
Amen.
Here to talk about this is Ada Calhoun, the author of Why We Can't Sleep, Women's New Midlife Crisis. Hi.
Hi, Ada. How are you?
So you studied this phenomena that, women between the ages of 40 and plus are doing it all. Like, we think like you can have it all, but really not doing it that well.
Well, and a lot of us are pulling off so much. You know, what I was so impressed by was all these women of our generation grew up with these expectations. Like, you can be anything, even president, and, you know, don't be a nurse, be a doctor. And I think there was a lot of pressure on us because we had such opportunities and so many possibilities. And what I saw in all these women I talked to, and I talked to about 200 around the country, was that they felt just a ton of pressure to achieve in every area. So if they were only moms, then that felt like maybe not enough. If they only had a career, that felt like not enough. And of course, many were doing everything. And somehow that still felt like not enough to a lot of women.
You look at the expectation that Valerie Bertinelli was under. I mean, the whole world came up to her and expected her to be the happiest person.
Exactly.
And some people have that in their own neighborhoods, in their own families. They're the one.
Yeah.
For her to have that revelatory moment where she just decided, like, I'm going to change things. Is that inside each of us? Because I think there are a lot of people who need to come to that. How do you get to the point where you want to start changing your life?
I think it really is in all of us, and I think especially our generation is so resilient. You think about what we lived through and coming up in, you know, a crime boom, and there was a lot of trauma, I think, in Generation X childhood. And we're coming into ourselves now as women, I think, in our 40s and 50s, and taking a hard look at what we want and what we have.
So what do you do? Like, what should somebody do who feels the pressures, the screws getting tightened?
Well, I think first look at the expectations you had for yourself and really question, is that is that realistic? Did you think you could do it all? And can you do it all? And can you do it all effortlessly, the way that the Anjali perfume ads of the 80s made us believe? Maybe not. Maybe you need to scale back a little.
That's the answer. Life isn't perfect, and you can't do it perfectly. So maybe give ourselves more grace.
I think that's exactly right. And I think what's helped me is other women. So I think, I think Girl Talk is a very good thing in our lives. I think other women have made me see what I wanted and what I needed, and we've done that for each other.
We've been talking a lot about the pressures that a lot of women are facing in middle age, especially if you are a caregiver for an aging parent. It does take a toll on us emotionally, physically, and financially.
And both of these women right here have been caregivers for their parents. You met Ada Calhoun before we took the break. She's the author of Why We Can't Sleep. And Amy Goyer is AARP's National Family and Caregiving expert.
What's cool is you guys have been there. And I think there are people who say, we don't know what it's like to walk in our shoes. And there is something about caring for aging parents and caring for everyone, basically, that takes what you need and puts it down on the list. Is that just the way it has to be sometimes?
Sometimes, especially in a crisis, that's the way it is. And okay, so for a crisis time, somebody's in the hospital, whatever, but you cannot do that forever. And even in a crisis, take the time to get that cup of coffee, call a friend, connect with people, do little things that still will fill you up a bit.
Guilt sometimes creeps in. If you're like, I'm going to take 30 minutes and go on a walk so I can clear my head.
By the way, we're caring for little kids. And even like you're like, okay, I'm going to the gym, and you have to really say it
out loud, or else you feel bad, like, but what if they wake up from their nap early and I'm not there?
You just can't be everywhere for everyone. And I between work and caregiving and taking care of maybe kids, I had my sister and both my parents. You're always sandwiched between a bunch of things. So do the best you can.
Ada, you wrote a really beautiful article on The Atlantic as well about, and one of the lines said, you've been caring for somebody, whether it was your child or a parent, every day that you can remember. So what do you do to get some relief? And also, like, how important is it to know you're not alone?
That, for me, that's been just the biggest thing. And just looking at the fact that, 40-year-old women, 50-year-old women in this country are keeping families together. They're keeping the nation together. We work really, really hard, and I think it's unsung often. So I think just acknowledging this is a difficult time, and especially a lot of us waited to have kids. So we might have small children while we're dealing with aging parents. And that's new. I think a lot of our mothers and grandmothers were empty nesters in their 40s and 50s, or they worked 9-to-5 jobs, but it wasn't like this.
Is some of it how we're hardwired? Because I feel like some people do what they need to do for their parents and their kids, and then sleep like babies at night. There are women who can do their thing and go, oh, no, I was great. I went to the game, and I kissed my parents, and then I went to sleep, and I slept like a baby. So are we just hardwired differently, some of us, and trying to fight that is tough?
I think so. I think the ones who grew up with those expectations to be perfect in all areas, I think once we get to caregiving time, it becomes very hard to be perfect all the time.
Because it's not a perfect thing.
It's not. There's there's no perfect answer for all of it, and you don't know how a health condition is going to evolve. You can't plan for everything, but you can plan a bit. You can make sure that financially you can make sure you have your plan B, that you have backup care for everyone. Make sure that you are prepared as much as you can be, and then you do your best.
Do you remember those the toughest days when you were with your...
Yeah, Facebook has those memories that come up, and one came up yesterday. That was my mom was getting an X-ray. I was suited up with the whole X-ray thing because I had to hold her up so she could get her X-ray. She had fractured her spine and had a congestive heart failure and C. diff and had a heart attack. It was, and those are the days when I don't know how I got through it. But I did.
How did you? Because I also love that image of you holding your mom up. That's what all these women are doing.
That's what we're doing. We're holding each other up.
What are some tips for somebody that's sitting at home thinking, like, thank goodness I'm not alone, and what should I do?
Yeah. Well, one way that I worked it so that I didn't feel guilty about taking care of myself was I compared it to my car. My car can't run on empty, and it doesn't run very efficiently on empty, and I expected myself to. So little things like getting a cup of coffee, talking with a friend, experiencing joy. I think joy is our greatest survival skill, and that is creating joy. Like, I made the effort to get my parents out on a Friday night and go out to eat, and my mom got her hair done every Friday. And those things that we use to fill ourselves up, but also just notice the little things, when you tuck your kids in at night, or I could tuck my mom in at night, the hug, the knowing that I made my parents feel better and feel loved and
that's
safe and
beautiful.
secure,
really is.
that's everything.
That, by the way, that's really beautiful. And real quick about that car analogy, that's so basic and
Yeah.
so on
Yes.
point.
Yeah.
Well, thanks you guys for coming to see us.
Y'all
for Girl
come back
Talk.
because what you say too is
Yeah.
surround yourself with females
Yeah.
that you can talk openly and
Yeah.
be yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Y'all are those people.
Join a
Thank you.
support
So
group.
check out,
Yeah.
yes, and
Get
you know another
online.
way you can feel better? Check out Ada's book. Head to today.com/shop. It's called Why We Can't Sleep. I think it'll make you sleep better.
Yeah.